Welcome to Crojo Corner. My name is Laura, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of these beautiful crochet pumpkins. These make a great centerpiece or a nice hostess gift. I'll explain to you how to make each size, but today I'm going to demonstrate how to make this small one right here. So let's get started. To make this small pumpkin, you will need the Big Twist Static, and this is in the colorway Orange Sunset. And you could probably make about 3 or 4 of these little pumpkins out of this one cake of 131 yards. That's just my guess. And you will also need some twine, which I got from the Dollar Tree, some cinnamon sticks I got from the Dollar Tree, and they also have packages of leaves from the Dollar Tree. You'll need a tape measure and a pair of scissors. And then for this yarn, I used a 4.5 millimeter hook. Now, if you wanted to make this pumpkin, which I used the Impeccable yarns in the colorway Falling Leaves, you will need a 3.75 millimeter hook because it's a little bit thinner. This is a 4 weight and this one is a 5. And then you will also need some polyfill stuffing. This pattern is created with multiples of 3 plus 4. And you will start off with a slip knot, but make sure that you leave a long tail at the end because you're going to use that to cinch up your pumpkin. So go ahead and start off with a slip knot. And then you're going to chain 27 plus 4. Now that is if you are using the Big Twist and you wanted to make the small pumpkin. If you wanted to make this large pumpkin here, you would chain 45 plus 4. And let me show you the measurements of this pumpkin. The larger pumpkin measures about 18 inches around, and this pumpkin is about 4 inches across. So today we are making the small pumpkin, and we are going to chain 27 plus 4. And I will go ahead and meet you back when I have my 31 chains. So now we have our 31 chains, which is 27 plus 4, because we have to have the multiples of 3. So in the second chain from the hook, we will now do a double crochet. You never want to count the one that's on the hook. You'll count this one as 1, and this one right here is the second chain from the hook. Yarn over, and then you insert underneath those 2 loops there, and you pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and then pull through 2. And then you're going to repeat that all the way down this chain. You will just double crochet all the way down. And I will go ahead and meet you back once we have double crocheted all the way down our chain. Okay, we are almost to the very end. We have one more stitch to go. And this piece should measure around 9 inches long when you're finished chaining. And everybody chains differently, so the tension is different. So it's okay if it's a little bit longer, a little shorter. And now you're going to go ahead and chain 1, turn the work. So after you've chained 1, you want to do your first double crochet in that very first stitch that you're going to do in every single row. And then we're going to do a front post double crochet. Now that will be putting a double crochet in this stitch right here. So you'll yarn over, insert your hook behind the stitch, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then you're going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches on the top. And then you're going to do a front post double. And that is your pattern for this row. 2 double crochets in the top and 1 front post double crochet, 2 double crochets in the top and 1 front post double crochet all the way down. Very simple. If you know how to double crochet, you could easily do this. Just make sure that you do your pattern correctly. If you don't, then your squares will be off and it won't look like the waffle stitch. So I'm going to keep going and I'll meet you back when I get almost to the end. Okay, I'm almost to the end and I'm ready for my last front post double. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then right at the end of this chain here at the top, I'm going to insert my hook and just do one final double crochet, chain one, turn my work, and then I'm going to double crochet in the first stitch right here. And then I'm going to do 2 front post double crochets and 1 double crochet in every stitch. So we're doing the opposite of what we just did. So that means I'll take my hook, wrap it around, find that post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do that again. Here's the next post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we'll do 1 regular double crochet right at the top. And then we're going to do 2 front post doubles after that. So that's your pattern for this row, is 1 double crochet in the top, 2 front post double crochets after that. Continue on, and I will meet you at the end of this row. Okay, it's time for my last front post double, so I'm going to yarn over and do that front post double, and then this very last stitch here, I'm going to yarn over and find the top, and then I'm going to do a double crochet there, chain 1, turn, and then I will repeat the pattern from the beginning. The trick to doing these pumpkins is to make the height of the pumpkin half of what the width is. Now, if it's a little bit, a little off, it doesn't matter. It won't make a difference. Pumpkins aren't all perfect, but that's just the general rule of thumb, is to make the height half of the width of the pumpkin. But right here for this row, we're going to go ahead and, of course, do our double crochet in the very first stitch. And then we'll do 1 front post double crochet in the next stitch. So yarn over, find that post, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the top of the next 2 stitches. And then we're going to do another front post double. And then we'll do 2 more double crochets in the top. So just keep following that pattern and I'll meet you down at the end of the row. Okay, we've come to the end of our row. We're going to go ahead and do our last double crochet. And you can see that the pattern is starting to build up here with the squares. And then we're going to chain 1, turn the work, double crochet in that very first stitch. And then we're going to do 2 front post double crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. And then we'll do 1 double crochet on the top for the next stitch. And then we'll keep following that pattern all the way down. So our piece is now about half as tall as it is wide. And we're going to go ahead and tie off, and make sure that you leave a long tail because you're going to need that to cinch up the top. And also to sew up the seam in the middle. So go ahead and knot that up. So now we're going to fold this so that the wrong sides are together. And then we will thread our needle onto the string that we just cut and sew up the seam for our edges. So what we're going to do is just simply take our yarn and go through the back loop here and go through the front, and then just keep doing that all the way down. Just going through the top loops of each side and closing this up nice and tight. And I'll meet you back when I'm finished. Now we've come to the very end. Make sure you grab those last 2 loops so it stays nice and secure. And then what we're going to do now is just make sure that this is on the inside of our pumpkin like this, because we're going to use it on the other end of our pumpkin when we cinch it up. So go ahead and stick that yarn through the middle. And then we're going to take the yarn that we had started the pumpkin with and thread that through our needle and cinch the bottom closed. So to do that, we're just going to do a running stitch around the bottom. So take your needle and just kind of in and out through these top stitches here. So that way when we pull it closed, it will cinch up. So just take your needle and weave it in and out with the yarn all the way around, and I'll meet you back when I'm finished. So now we've done our running stitch all the way around the pumpkin, and we're just going to pull the string until it gets nice and tight. Be very careful with the static yarn from Big Twist, because if you pull on it too hard, it will rip. It will break on you. So just kind of work the crochet tightly into a closed circle. And then what we're going to do is close it up even more by just kind of making a little X in the hole. Just kind of stick that through, close it up, and then come back up through the other side. Like so. And back into the pumpkin. I'm sorry if you can hear my rabbit playing with her toys and the cats playing with their toys. And then we're going to do it again. And that just kind of closes up that hole there. And bring it through the middle. See, that closes that up nice. And then we will just kind of open it up and make a little bit of a knot in there just to secure this piece of yarn. And then we will just leave the yarn inside of the pumpkin just as an added cushion. It's not going to hurt anything if we leave it in there. So now it's time to stuff our pumpkin. So now we will take the polyester fiber fill and just kind of break it up a little bit and make it fluffy. And we're going to put some of it into our pumpkin here. Make it nice and firm, but you don't want to overstuff it, because if you do, then you will be able to see it through the crochet stitches, and we don't want that. And you can also, to prevent that, you can also stick the fiber fill into some pantyhose so that the brown pantyhose kind of camouflages the white stuffing. So you're just going to put a little bit in there, and then we're going to do another running stitch over the top of the pumpkin with the extra thread that we stuck through. So now we're going to go ahead and do another running stitch. Just wherever your yarn is coming up, just start going in and out of those top stitches there. And we're going to go all the way around. So just make sure that you cut a nice long tail when you finish the crocheting part of this project, so that you have something to work with when you are cinching up your pumpkin. So just kind of keep going around and around, and I'll meet you when we're done. So now we've come all the way around, and you're just going to kind of cinch it up a little bit. Make a little bit of room for your cinnamon stick. You can kind of stick your crochet hook in there. And the first thing we're going to do is take one of our leaves out of our little leaf pack and just kind of stick it right here along the edge of the hole. And then we will take our cinnamon stick and just kind of smash it in there like that. so that it looks like the leaves are coming out of the pumpkin. Then we're going to go ahead and tighten that up nice and secure. You can use some clippers to cut the cinnamon sticks in half, but you have to be very careful, otherwise they might break. So after you cinch that up nice, I'd just like you to make a little bit of a knot here, just to kind of secure this together so it doesn't come out. You can always use a little dab of glue if you wanted to, but I don't find that it's really necessary. And it's also nice because if the scent of the cinnamon sticks wears out, you can always replace it easily. So after you tie the knot, just stick your needle through your pumpkin like that, and just kind of tug on it a little bit and cut off that extra piece of string. And to finish this off, I'm just going to tie on a piece of twine around the cinnamon stick just to give it an extra added touch. And I just tie mine in a bow. You can do yours however you like. I don't like the bows to be too big, so sometimes I trim them. That looks so cute. I just love these little pumpkins, and I hope you like it too. They're so easy to make, and you can always make them in many different sizes. So if you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great time making these pumpkins. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye! If you like diamond painting, make sure you check out my other channel, Diamond Painting with Lora.